welcome back to my channel. It's G from Happiness and Crafting. So I am back today, seeing it's Friday, with a Friday freebie. Now this is a little one with a little bit of a difference because I would like you to do a little challenge with this one as well. So this is Friday Freebie 229. Now I haven't done a Friday freebie for a long time, but I'm going to come back now and again with them, sort of like now and again, because I've had lots and lots of you to say that you really love them, and it sort of like makes your week. So I'm just going to come in every now and again and give you a little Friday freebie. I did stop them because it was a bit, I felt it was a bit very stressful for me to try and get this done every week, and it was taking me longer to get them done, to try to think what I was doing, and it was stressing me out, and that's not what crafting is. It's not what crafting is. Crafting is supposed to be nice and relaxing. So I've had a nice little break for a little while. They're not going to be weekly, but they will be now and again. So I thought we'd do a little challenge for this one. Now, as you know, I've got a new kit out. It's the fairies, the fairy toppers and journal cards here, this one. I've shown you a couple of times in the videos. I'm just cutting them out now. They are just beautiful. So of course I'm going to give you a little fairy one, and this is a little tag, and it's got like a little pocket with it as well. And if you are a Ko-fi one-off or monthly supporter, you will get your freebie one as well, and this is just beautiful. I am loving it. So with this, I have got a little piece of paper here that Andy's done for me. So it's the Friday Freebie Challenge, and I would like you to do a hashtag. Now you can do this hashtag and do it through a YouTube video or any social media you like. You can just pop it onto the Facebook group, which would be lovely. But if you use the hashtag gikerrFFchallenge, so Friday Freebie Challenge, and I'd like you to use this week's Friday freebie. You can either use, if you're a Ko-fi supporter, you can use that one, you can use both. It's entirely up to you. It's a really simple challenge. It's nothing very hard, because I want everybody to do it. So I would like you to use at least 5 pieces of scrap paper with this, and at least 5 pieces of scrap fabric with it as well. You can use more, but I want you to use at least 5 in there, plus anything else you want to add. So you can embellish it as little or as a lot as you like, you know, really go to town on it. I've done 2 quite simple ones. I've done one of the freebie and one of the Ko-fi one as well. So I would love you to take part in it. It would be really lovely. I'll pop this at the end of the video so you can read it. But it's a really simple challenge, but I want everybody to be involved in it. But I love it. I love fairies. I love fairies. I love butterflies. I love it all. I've got one cut out ready, but this is what I've done. So I've done one of each, and they are just beautiful. I love them. So this is the Friday freebie. So what I have done, I've just made it into like a little slidey. I'll show you how to do this in a sec. So I have used 5 pieces of scrap fabric. So what I've done it in a little cluster here. So that's really simple. I don't mean gigantic pieces of fabric. You can if you want to. You can just have little snippets like this. So I've got 3 pieces in there. I have a little piece here, and then turning it over, this is the back. I've got the little pocket, and I have the other piece there. So I have 5 pieces of scrap fabric on there. And then we close that. That's the little pocket I've done. Now for the scrap paper, I've got a piece up here, which is from, I must have done some of this mixed media on there. So I've got a piece there. I've got a little piece along here. Turn it over, and then I've done like a little collage on here. I've got the other piece on here. I've got some music paper. I've got a little butterfly there. I've got a little cutout from a piece of the scrap paper, which is this one that I was using. So I just cut out one of those lilies on there and popped it on there. So really simple. And then I've got a little piece of scruffy little bit of seam binding on there. But I've also used my paper clips. I've got glue on my finger now, and it's, there we go, that's better. So I was using the glue gun and I could just see it on the tip of my fingernail. Do you remember that our brads, I did the, what's it called? Resin, UV resin on there. So I've added one of those, and of course it's a little mushroom on there. So I'm loving it, and that just opens up like that, and then we've got a little pocket in there, so this can go into your journal. And this lifts up, it's got a little rotating bit, so we can write on there, and you can also write on the back. I've just printed on the back like I always do. So that is your Friday freebie one. So it doesn't have to be, you know, too much added to it. So this one again, I've done it this way. I've popped a little eyelet in there, and I haven't squeezed it too hard, so this still goes out and opens out. So this you can write on, and this you can write on, journal on. So I've got little bits of scrap. I've got 3 pieces on here, got a little bit of netting there, and 3 pieces there. I've got a piece on there, I've got a piece of lace on there. Look at these, I've got lots of bits of scrap fabric on this one. And then on this side, I didn't put any fabric paper on there, but I collaged this here, which I'm loving. So this opens up. I've got scrap paper along this bit, along the top of the pocket, and I cut out a little notch. And then on here, I've got scrap fabric there. I've got some music paper, on here, and this is a piece of scrap paper on there. And then we've got a little bit there. So really simple. So again, like I said, you can really embellish it a lot. You don't have to put the tag on the front. You can put it the other way around, do it however you like. But I just think they're really, really lovely, and a great little one to go into my fairy journal that I will be making at some point. So I've got this one. This is our Friday freebie. So can you see you've got 4 pieces. Now this is the front, and this is the little pocket, the little, what's it called? The little top for the pocket. But again, you can put that on the front and make a little pocket like that. Don't have to put that on there, and you could turn that over, put that on the back, and then you could have that as your little pocket on there. So it's entirely how you want to use it. But I love this. So this is the little flap. It's the little flap for the pocket, and this will go on there like that, and then this just sits on there like that. But what I'm going to do, so we can flip it up, I'm just going to pop a little score line on here. I'm going to take this off. I do that. I use it upside down because I find it easier to do that. So I'm just going to have 2 little notches on there and just score down. I find it a lot easier than doing it this way, if you know what I mean, because I'm right-handed. I find it easier to do that than try and fiddle with it the other way. So I need those. I will need those. And then I've got that, and then I'm just going to bend it this way like that. So when we pop it on there, it bends up like a little flap. So what should we do? Look at this. I know I have a huge amount of fabric, huge amount of scrap fabric. And I've just grabbed just a little bit at the top of my box, so I don't know what's in there, to use on there as well. So what we will do, I'll show you how to do the little bit that does that, because I have done it in videos before, but you may not have seen it. Now I've got my little brads here that we did the resin on. I would like to put another little toadstool one on the back. What did I put on the other one? Let's have a look. Did I put, I didn't put anything on that one. What was it, this one? This one, wasn't it? Oh, a little flower. That's what I put on there. So what should we have? Should we have a little bit of bling? That would look quite nice, wouldn't it? Oh, we've got little rose on that one. Oh, I quite like the green. You see this one's got green and a little bit of bling around the outside. That looks quite nice, doesn't it? Also have these great big ones. Let's do that one. Right, pop that to the side. I'm going to take my little hole punch a little hole in here, like that. This is huge. We really don't need it to be that long. There's my little clippers. I'm going to just clip this down. I don't think I'll be able to clip all of that. Let's just chop those bits off. That's just one big brad. There we are. Oops. So that's that one. Okay. And then I'm going to get a piece of scrap card, if I've got any scrap card in this one. I don't know whether I have. Here we go. This will do. Take one of these. I'm going to pop. Do I need to pop? Yeah, I need to pop a little hole in there and just make sure that's sort of in the middle, like that. And then we just need one more, just normal one without the little hole. So those two. I'm going to get a little bit of scrap fabric of some sort. Oh my gosh. Now I do have lots of sort of pinkies and bits in here which go really well, but you don't have to have things matching. You can go sort of eclectic-y, if you know what I mean, which I'm absolutely loving, eclectic-y stuff where you mix and match all sorts of different things, fabrics and papers, and you know. Oh, that's nice. Should we have a little bit of that on there? What else have we got? Have I got any? Oh look, I've got a little bit of velvety there. Tiny little bit, that will do. Let's just stretch. I don't mind if it's got these little dingly dangly bits. Right, so what's that? 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's have a little bit of netting. Oops, if I can pick it up. A little bit of netting there. Probably cut that in half. Oh gosh, look at those strands. There we go. What else have we got? Let's have a rummage. I didn't, oh, should we have a little bit of this? That's quite nice, isn't it? A little bit like that. I didn't get anything out of this. I thought I'd just have a quick rummage through it as we go. So where's my brad? Here we are. Now I need to try and make a little hole through here. I should have actually done the brad for, cut the brad last, because these little bits may not go on through. So I'm going to have the netting on first. And just double that up. Pop a little hole in, just to see if we can get this through. If we can. There we go. So I've got a little bit of netting on there. Then I'm going to pop a little bit of this on, like that, through that little hole. Then I will put this little bit of fabric on. So you're just making like a little funny little cluster on there. I'm going to cut this around because I think this is going to be a little bit too big. Okay, so I've got 3 layers on there. Oh, I was going to put this on, wasn't I? Should we put that on the front? No, we won't put that on. I'll stick that on somewhere else in a minute. Right, I need to pop that through the hole. So that goes through the hole like that. I'm going to put the little one with the hole in over the top of that, and then we can open these up if we can. Let's just pop that. There we go. So So these open up over the one with a hole in it. Now I'm just going to push that down. Look at that. See, those are lovely little colours in there. And then this one will stick over the top. I'm going to just use my glue gun. So we're going to have a little bit of glue either side. Take this and just make sure that that's stuck down. And we need that to move. Okay, by doing that, this will move. So we need that tag to move. And this is the bit that we would stick down onto here. And then this moves, so your tag will move out of the way. So you can stick something underneath there. Photograph or something would look lovely on there, I think. So that can just stick on there like that. Lovely, lovely, lovely. Right, the back. I'm not going to stick that on yet because we need to sort of like do the back, and this is quite a little pokey thing. Right, I'm going to turn this over. This is the little pocket, and this goes on, and then this just flaps up. Love it. I love it. So I'm going to pop a little bit of, what should we put? I should really pick some paper, shouldn't I? Let's put me little bits and pieces out of the way. So scrap paper. That's quite nice though, isn't it, actually? Oh, I've got a little bit of this on there, which we could put along the pocket. I'm going to do that. I'm going to just tear that down, actually. Put that across like that. I think I'm going to add a bit of scrap paper and a little bit of fabric on this one. Now again, you can sew. If you want to do a little bit of sewing, you can sew on it as well. Entirely up to you. I'm going to get these muddled up in a minute, aren't I? Let's add this onto here. Pop that down. You can pick paper and fabric that actually matches if you wanted to, do you know what I mean? But I'm quite liking all this mishmash of colours and stuff. That might be a little bit too bright. Right, let's go for another bit of fabric in here. What's that? We've got this. A little bit of... Put that on there. Do you think that will rip? Don't really want that ziggy-zaggy edge. Let's take this. Tear that down. I'm going to get a little bit of room. Pop some glue. I'm going to just put that in the middle and then just wrinkle it up like that. There we go. So we've got the little bit of paper and a little bit of fabric on there. And I think that looks really nice. I'm going to just glue around and stick this on. So you can sort of challenge yourself. So if you're not one that sort of like likes using scraps of paper and stuff like that and mixing and matching and stuff, it's a good little challenge for yourself to use what you have, and you'll be surprised how well it works out. So I like that. I think that looks really nice. Now this little bit, we need to make sure it sort of goes over. You know, you don't want too much sticking out like that. So I'm going to add a little bit of glue. This is why we needed this sort of like little lip on there. Let's put that on. Like that. on just so it sort of covers that. And pop that down. Oops, I think I moved that. There we go. Oops. So then that's your little thing, and then you just pop whatever you like in the little pocket, and then we can sort of velcro that down. How did I do that one? I've forgotten now. Oh, I popped a little the same little bit of paper through there and pop that down. Actually, I might pop a little bit of fabric on there. What do we have? I wonder what I could do with. Oh, that's quite nice. Oh, that little end bit might work. Let's pull that out, stretch it a little bit. I'm going to take the end off here, like that, and pop that on. Oh, look at that, that's lovely. I could do with another one of these for the other side to hide. Should I use this, or should I use a bit of paper? This will do. There's ink around here. Oops. Then that can just sit on the back like that. So what I need to do, take these two, make a little hole in here. Like that. Take that off. Get my little brad, pop it through there, pop it through that little hole. Look at these, I knew they'd come in handy, our little toadstool brads at some point. There we go. I need to just push that down like that. Again, I'm going to just chop the ends off. I would have probably been easier to do this before I actually stuck it on. There we go. Let's just chop those bits off, push that down. And then, so this doesn't catch, I'm just going to pop that over the top like that. So again, I'm just going to add a little bit of glue gun on there. That on, squeeze that down, because I'm going to pop a little Velcro fastener on that as well, so it lifts up. Look at that, isn't that lovely? So cute. Right, this top bit we need to add onto here. So how many bits have we got? We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so I've got my 5 little bits of fabric, so I can add more if I need to. So then we need some scrap paper, so I've got 1 piece in there, and then we need to add another at least 4 on the top. Oh look, you want different ones, that's what I mean. So let's add a little bit of book paper. Let us have a little peek what we got in here. You can cut out the little flowers on scrap paper. Oh look, I could cut, oh, shall I cut out the little, that's quite nice, isn't it? Let's cut out, let's do a little bit of fussy cutting. Not that I'm that good at it anymore. There we go. I think I just cut his little petal off. I had some seeds that I completely forgot to plant this year, some sunflower seeds. I got them when I was in the UK with my son last year, and I completely forgot. So I'm going to have to remember to put them out next year. Okay. Let's just, a nice big fun sunflower. So have a look at your scrappy bits of paper and see if you can actually cut anything else out. Now they've got a little flat edge on there, so I could pop that don't want it to come down further than that little bit there. So that could come on there, couldn't it? We could put this underneath like that. So we need at least another 2. Again, it doesn't, this looks quite good on there, but again, don't think it has to match, because it doesn't have to match, unless you are somebody that, I'm going to use a bit of that, unless you're somebody that really likes things to match. Oh, that's quite a nice colour that goes with it, doesn't it? Actually, before I put those on, I'm just going to cut a piece like this, and stick that along there, like that, because I like that. That looks really nice. So let's get some glue. On there, like so. Lovely, look at that, and then that still flaps up. Shall we put this on first before, and a little bit of this. I'm going to glue this down. Just a little bit. Chop that off. There we go. Should we stick our little sunflower on? Oops. Stick a little sunflower on there. What was I going to? I was going to put a little bit of music paper on there, wasn't I? Does that look too much like that though, doesn't it? Oh look, we've got some books. I'm going to put some books on there. I'm going to tear that off, and I'm going to stick that on. Look at these, there's a little bits from my little book kit. Just cover that up like that. Chop that off. Oh, look at that, that's pretty funky, isn't it? Pop that on there. Looks like a big sunshine in the sky. So if we don't need to glue all the way up to the top. Nice sunshiny sunflower on there. That. Like that, just to make sure that that will go up. And like I said, you can make everything match. You don't have to go so it doesn't all match. But oh my gosh, that looks fabulous. Love it. Let's just ink a little bit around here. And then what I will do, I can put that coming from the top, seeing it's pretty. So did we use enough bits of paper? We did 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We have 5 on there. So maybe I'll add just a little bit at the bottom, so we could do 6, couldn't we? I do like that. I think these are just beautiful. Shall we make a little hole in here? Shall I pop a brad through there? What colour brad? Shall we go for a nice bright green one? Look at that. Let's go funky. Let's go a little bit funky on this one. Make a hole there. Shall we have something on that side as well? Shall we put it in this way? And what can I have on there? Oh, I could put the little bit. Do you think that would hold the velvet on there? Just so we've got a little bit of velvet on here. I'm going to do that. And I think this one might actually go in my eclectic journal instead of a fairy journal, this one. It's pretty sort of eclectic, this one, isn't it? I'm going to see if I can get that through over the top of that little thingy-majiggity little eyelet. Not sure whether that will. This is quite stretchy. It's a sort of stretchy bit of fabric, but I think I'm pushing it a little bit, trying to get that over the top. Probably be easier with a bit of lace, wouldn't it? But it's a challenge, so let's challenge ourselves. Push that in there. Let's take, oh my gosh, I'm really not good at doing these eyelets, making it hard for myself. It will go on. There, look at that. And was that worth it? Not really, but that's okay. So we needed to do this. Okay, I think that's in. Is that the right way round? Oh, you know, I've done it upside down. Have I done it upside down? No, I don't think so. No, I didn't. But I had it on upside down. Look, we've got a little bit in there. That's a little extra. So I've got this little random piece that can go on there. Oh, we've actually got that. That might look quite nice, mightn't it, instead of the pink? Pink would go with that side. But I think this, what's that piece? That will do. Let's do that and pop that through. And this sort of goes with both, doesn't it? Sort of a nice sort of pinky red. There we go. Oh, look at this funky tag. Let's put that out of the way. Right, let's pop this on here. So that will stick down. Shall we have something at the bottom? I am loving this. I think it's fabulous. Shall we have a little bit of this on there? A little bit of scrap paper. Shall we just go straight across? Like that, and stick that on. Oh, so it just about fits. Just about. Like that. Stick that down. And then just trim that around. Lovely. So guys, I hope you're going to take part in this lovely challenge. I would really, really love you too. And you know, check out the fairy papers and the Ko-fi, and I'd love it if you were to become a Ko-fi supporter as well, because that would really, really help with doing the Friday freebies. Oh, look at that. Fab. Isn't that just gorgeous? So yes, every little bit of help from you is brilliant. So if you're not a subscriber to my channel, I would love you to be a subscriber. And please pop a little like, the little thumbs up. Where's my little things gone? All of these things really, really do help my channel, and not just my channel, everybody's channel. So if you watch a video, it's really nice to sort of like it, isn't it? Look, I'm going to stick these little Velcro stickers on there, and then that just sticks that one down like that, which is great. Oh, I'm really liking this. And then I'm going to just put a little bit of glue on there, stick that on, and then that just does that. Do we need something on here? See, I'm saying 5 bits and pieces, but we could also do lots. Now, it just doesn't have to be scrap. You can put other things on there as well, as long as you use 5 of each. Do you think that's too much? We got white on there. Do we need a little bit? Don't think we do. I'm quite liking that plain, actually. I might put some little glitter on her wings. That's what we shall do. Let's put a little bit of glue on there. And I'm just going to put that right there. Hold that down and make sure this is still moving so you don't have glue everywhere. There we go. Perfect. And it's a lovely sort of interactive one, isn't it? So that goes that way. Why does it not move that way? There we go. And that way. Oh, love it. Lovely. Oh, I can hear an owl. A bit early for an owl to come out. Look at that. What do you think, guys? I think that's so lovely. Pop that to the side. I think that, oh, I was going to use some stickles, wasn't I? There we go. I'm going to use some stickles. I'm going to just pop a little bit on her wings because they are so pretty. There we are. A little bit on the end of her dress. Oh, look at that. Oh, it's so cute. I'm loving it. Look at that. You could probably put little blobs of this on the little spots, couldn't you? I'm going to do that as well. Just some little stickle spots on there. Just a little bit of bling. So the blingier the better, I think. There we go. Super. Now I can't lie that down, can I? Because I've got stickers on it. But there we go. Super good. So that's the other one I did. That's the other one like that. And then we turn it over. And then I've just sort of like collaged the top of it. But I'm loving these little brads. So if you've made those, there's a good time to add them, isn't it? So that's lovely. I haven't put any sparkly bits on that one. Just going to gently lie that down. This is the Ko-fi one. So if you're a Ko-fi member or you'd like to become a Ko-fi supporter, please do pop over. It really would help. And there we go. So shall I bring those down a little bit? This is our little challenge. So it's hashtag gikerrFFchallenge. So that's Gikerr Friday Freebie Challenge. So pop that under the video if you're going to do a video, or under your anything. Just tag me in it. I would love to see them all. And so it's just use 5 pieces of scrap paper and at least 5 pieces of scrap paper and scrap fabric, and anything else you want to put on it. I would be really good. I just made it quite simple because, like I said, I want everybody to join the challenge, and it's a really simple, easy, quick one. Where's our Friday freebie? So this is a Friday freebie. Do pop over to the Facebook group. All the links will be under the video, and then you can print this off. And then if you are a Ko-fi member, please do pop over and you can print that one off as well. And I would love to see both of them. So if you're a Ko-fi member, do the hashtag in there as well. And then we can see what's going on. And then I will pop lots of little, if you're doing a video, I'll pop the links into the Facebook group as well. So everybody else can go and have a look. So there we go, guys. Thank you so much for joining me. Have a fab rest of the day, a lovely weekend, and I will see you soon. All right, guys, bye-bye.